trusts, you got an issue there. You want to talk about evictions. How about trees falling on your property or on your house or on your roof? How about insurance problems? How about car accidents, dog bites, medical malpractice? How about divorce? Oh, I'm always interested in divorce. How about those issues? Any legal problem that you have going on in your world, the time to call is now. Absolutely. The time to call is now, because I get you free legal advice courtesy of the law firm Beatrice Kopp. Free legal advice from Beatrice Kopp. Any legal problem you might have, pick up the phone, give us a call right now. I have 3 lines open in Youngstown if you have a legal question at 330-729-9977. That's 330-729-9977. Once again, 330-729-9977. Any legal problems you have going on in your world, you give me a call, get in rotation. We'll try to get the question answered, point you in the right direction, help you out, and we're not going to send you a bill. 330-729-9977 for legal questions. 330-729-9977. All my lines are open, and we'll see if we get some legal questions coming in tonight. Let's go to the law firm. I know that Attorney Beatrice is in Chicago at a conference, and I believe he took Frank with him as well. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say at least Melfi's going to show up tonight. Attorney James Melfi better be with us on the legal show.
What's going on, Ron?
There he is, the steady voice of Attorney James Melfi to put the program together. Celebrating, what did you say, your 5th anniversary? Didn't that come up, Jim?
5th wedding anniversary last week.
Yeah, did you take up my advice? Take her to the place. I bet she's never been to this place, Leo's.
She's never been there, and it was not
right.
an option for her.
What a great idea I had, though.
It was a great
your
idea.
Wife to Leo's. The food's great. She would have absolutely have loved it, and tell her, this wasn't my idea. It was Ron's idea.
Nothing like spending your wedding anniversary with 75 people that you know.
Exactly. You kind of know it's an inside joke, don't you?
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Don't you worry.
It was a good one, though, wasn't it?
Very good.
So did you take her out to eat for your 5th anniversary?
We did go out to eat for our anniversary. Got her a little gift, and her and my kids are in Florida with my in-laws this week, so I'm home alone.
So let me get this straight before I go one step further. So for your 5th anniversary, they decided to go to Florida with the in-laws and leave you behind.
Well, no, she was home for our anniversary, but on Sunday.
But left shortly thereafter.
But left shortly thereafter.
Well, happy anniversary, James.
I appreciate that.
That's for taking her out to the Jib Jab for your anniversary dinner. You know what I mean? That's probably.
Yeah, that's not below me. Don't worry.
I know. All right. James Melfi is with us. And who else would join us tonight, James? Let's see. Who would be left at the firm besides you, Jim?
Let's think about this. I'm joined by Tally tonight.
Hi,
there
Ron.
she is. Hi, there she is. Now, Tally does a lot of the family law at the firm. She's very good at it, incidentally.
Oh, thank you.
I just want to make sure I properly introduce Tally. When it comes to family law, and I'm telling you, she is good. So if you got a problem with child support or divorce or custody issues, Tally, that's one of the things that you are really good at, and you handle for a lot of the clients at the firm, correct?
Yeah, Mark and I handle a lot of our cases together, but now that I've started taking over, it's kind of funny because Mark and I say the same exact sentences at the same exact time. But yeah, I've started slowly taking over, and that's what I mostly do is domestic relations.
And you've done it for a long time. And can I just say, folks, she's really good at it. I mean, she's really good at it. If you come home, guys, if you come home and you hit the play button on your machine to hear what the messages are, and you hear, hey, that's Tally calling back your wife, just pack your bags and leave, fellas.
Oh, no.
Get out where you can get out. I mean, and run for the hills, because you're going to lose everything. Or the other way around, whichever way it goes. But you do a great job representing your clients. You got a great reputation. And
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
and one of the things that I think is admirable is, you try to get these things settled, and you operate in the client's best interest. It isn't about let's spend $2,000 arguing over a $600 TV or anything like that.
No, there's no point in that. If it's good for my client, I will definitely advocate in that direction. But I also, first and foremost, I put kiddos first. Kiddos and my clients. So
is that tough in the sense of a lot of times that's decided by the tables, are they not? You take a look at the when it comes to like child support, don't they just look at the two incomes and look at this table and say, here's what you pay or here's what you get and all that kind of stuff?
So for child support, yeah, it is a standard calculation. However, there are deviations, percentages. If you have a number of overnights, like if you have more than 90 overnights, you get at least a 10% to 50% deviation. So yeah, it just kind of depends, but you can also alternatively agree on a different number. So sometimes I have clients who, actually I had one a few weeks ago, she was willing to waive child support so she could have more custodial time. So whatever my client wants to do, I will advocate for that. And if child support is a negotiating factor, we can always utilize that.
Back in the good old days, Tally, it used to be always assumed that the woman got custody and the man would get to see the kids on the weekends. Is that
Not
still
anymore? No.
Really?
Ohio is finally catching up. So I've been an attorney for like 10 years now. And in Pennsylvania, it was always 50-50 right out of the gate when it comes to custody. Ohio is referred to as a mother state. So yes, that used to be how it is. But there was a new bill that was entered, and now, out of the gate, Ohio is turning into like Pennsylvania, 50-50 out of the gate. And if one person wants more custody, there has to be a darn good reason why.
50-50, so equal time with the mother and the father, if it's doable, right? Depending on work schedules.
If it's doable and if it's in the best interest of the kiddos. Sometimes it's not. And sometimes I have clients that can see that and say, my son really needs more time with his dad. So I'm okay with him having, 70% of the time and I'll have 30. So it really just depends on the client's needs, the kiddos' needs, and if they can.
What about location now? Doesn't it depend on how far once they separate, how far apart they are?
100%. The school district, making sure the kiddo, there has to be one residential parent. So yeah, that's a big factor as well.
And and often if you want to move to another state, that can change everything if one of the two want to do that, does it not?
100%. That's going to change basically everything.
See how smart she is, folks? Jeez, I'm sitting here thinking, wow, she's really smart. Now, I didn't get that impression when I was talking earlier on to Melfi, but I do get that impression with you, Tally.
That's
Well,
all
thank
right,
you.
Rod. Don't worry about it.
He's smart too, I promise.
Rod's the shoulders that bears the cross. Don't worry.
There you go. All right, you're on the air with our attorneys tonight. Our first question. Hello there.
Hi, yeah, I got a quick question for you guys.
Yeah, what's going on?
Upon death, are my Social Security earnings transferable to my spouse?
Upon your death?
Yes.
How long have you been married?
18 years.
Okay, so he's over the 10-year mark, Tally.
He is over the 10-year mark. Let me see.
So she'll get a chunk of those. I mean,
Yeah, she should get a chunk.
I mean, she'd be entitled to get something, right? Because it's been over 10 years.
Yeah, 10 years is considered one of the stepping stones. So there's 10 years and then there's 20 years.
Yeah, you have to. If they don't automatically transfer, you have to apply for it. You
Yeah.
apply for survivor benefits.
Has
You
she?
should be eligible.
You should be eligible, but you can take care of it before you pass.
Do you think you'll be
Okay.
married? Do you think you'll be married a couple more years, at least 20 years?
Sure. Yeah,
All right.
I have faith in that.
All right,
Oh,
so
that's
That
wonderful.
sure
I don't
wasn't very
hear that.
reassuring.
No, I think it was great.
I hit with a sure.
Well, I mean, she's made the 10-year mark, so she's entitled. As I understand it, Tally, let me
But
hang
wait
on,
a minute.
caller.
I think
Yeah.
it's the larger of the two. So if you have a larger one or she has a larger one, she's going to keep the one that's larger.
If she worked and
Yeah.
has more. Now here's the kick. Watch this, caller. I got it under control. Let's say you pass and she remarries. She would also be entitled to the Social Security of whichever husband's is higher, right? How's
Yeah.
that work if she's
Yeah, it's
remarried?
who's ever's higher. But when she gets remarried, she's going to be entitled to that one. Yes.
Why are you so worried about it, caller? Are you on death's doorstep, if I could ask, or what seems to be the problem?
Oh, no. We had an agreement years ago that she was going to be a stay-at-home mom, and our daughter just graduated recently, so all this time that she's been staying at home, taking care of everything, she hasn't been putting into her own Social Security, so we just got to talking about the other day that if something were to happen, would she be able to get any? Because she has two elderly parents that she worries that if her dad passes, it's the same situation where her mom's not going to have anything.
No.
And I told her, I said, well, let me call the legal show and make sure that you're correct on that, because I've heard otherwise before on this show. I said, let's make sure that we know what we're talking about here.
No.
You know what?
You can
should
definitely
call
apply for that, but you can.
You
get
should
it.
call a Social Security Administration in downtown Youngstown, and they can answer that question. Because I think even if she hasn't worked, she's entitled to Social Security, even if you don't die, to a degree.
Okay.
Definitely
She
contact
might
the
be.
administration, but also if you just want to get it set up beforehand, so you're a peace of mind, you can definitely do that. Survivorship
Okay.
rights.
So let me ask, I got one follow-up question real quick.
Okay.
Like recently in the last year or so, my father had passed, but my mom is still alive and still working. Is she entitled to any of his Social Security, or is that a different situation?
Different situation.
It's a different situation. Yeah.
Okay. I think that's all I had.
All right.
Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it.
Thank
problem.
you.
No problem. Good luck.
Is that something that you see quite often, Tally, in divorce or not? I mean, there are some important years in divorce. I've learned this over the years. 10 and 20
10 and
are
20.
too important. Explain why those are important to our listeners, oh smart one.
Oh, smart one. Well, to answer your first question, no. A lot of times we see that when in estates, wills, and trusts. So that's for survivorship benefits and things like that. But when it comes to long-term marriages, 10 years is a good landmark, and 20 years, you're going to be paying spousal support basically until you retire or until there's another order of the court. So, and also it goes directly. So there's kind of an unspoken rule between attorneys about how long somebody can get spousal support. It's not an actual rule. It's just,
We used to call it alimony.
yes, we used to call it alimony. Now we call it spousal support. But every year you're married, every 3 years you're married, usually means about 1 year of spousal support. But if you have those long-term markings, it's different.
So there's a rule, but it's not necessarily a standard rule.
It's not a standard rule. It's like the unspoken known rule between courts and attorneys, but it's not written.
Well, how does that work, though, if both of them are employed? I mean, would they still be entitled to alimony if they were both working?
If they're both working and they're both working to their fullest extent. So sometimes I have an argument where I think the other person going through the divorce is underemployed. They're not working 40 hours a week and they don't have a physical ailment, something like that. But you look at both spouses, what they made during the marriage, their education level, and if they're able to maintain that. So say, somebody got in a car accident, and even though they were an engineer, they can no longer be an engineer. That also plays a factor. But whichever spouse makes more, most likely will be paying the other spouse spousal support unless they waive it or there's some sort of negotiation there.
What always surprised me is when I'm from the good old days where the idea of men getting alimony was ridiculous, never happened. But today,
Happens all the
it is a
time.
reality.
Oh yeah, child support, alimony happens all the time.
I mean, you have situations where, as a matter of fact, women make more money than men,
All the time.
and consequently, they have to pay alimony to their spouse.
Spousal
How about
support,
that?
yep. And child support as well if they have children.
See, I told you she's smart, gang. I told you she's sharp. And I told you that's what she deals with at the firm. So if you got problems with child support, divorce, custody issues, Tally to the rescue is at the law firm of Beatrice Kopp, just so you know. All right, onward, 330-729-9977. I have 3 lines open right now. If you have legal questions on this hot, humid, smoky day that we have going on in our community, if you have legal questions for Attorney James Melfi and Tally and company, we got a open format here for you. We're not going to talk about Dave's boat. We're going to take legal questions. 330-729-9977. I have 3 lines in Youngstown open. Excuse me, any legal questions you might have that's facing you or your family, whatever it might be under the sun. Give us a call. I'll hook you up with these attorneys, and we'll get you some questions answered. And we're not going to send you a bill. 330-729-9977, 330-729-9977. It gives me really a great opportunity just to let people know how refreshing when we talk to Tally and how good she is at the job that she does. And I want all of you to be aware of that. I hope you don't go
Sometimes
through a
it's nice
divorce. And I
talk
hope you
to a
don't go
woman.
through a divorce. But, pardon me?
Sometimes it's nice to have a woman on the team. 'cause-
Ron, you're making Tally blush.
yeah, you are.
Let me do some commercials, and I'll compose myself and come right back. Hang in there, Tally. We'll be right back with more legal advice in just a minute.
Your one stop for advertising? Call 844-844-iHeart.
Hi, friends. Dan Rivers here. You know, when it's time for renovations, I go straight to Baird Brothers. Now, we're talking about gorgeous, solid wood floors, stunning doors, and custom moldings that completely transform your space. And here's the best part. Head to Baird
Bring them on, Ron.
Look at that. All right. You're on the air. Hello.
Hello. So let me roll my windows up so I can hear.
All right.
It's a good start.
My ear doesn't hurt. So anyway, so hypothetically, I'm going to rent a place from a house,
Okay.
and it's equipped with central air. If the air goes out, whose responsibility is it to fix it? Is that the landlord, the homeowner, or the renter who has to repair the central air?
Ooh, okay. What's the contract say?
In general, there's no contract.
So
I
typically,
do work for a guy, and there's a whole situation. I was just in general.
typically it would be the landlord's
The landlord's
responsibility,
issue,
but
yeah.
if you have a lease agreement, it could say tenant's responsible for any and all repairs to HVAC, for example. You can contract the agreement in any way you want, but typically it's the landlord,
Yeah,
especially if you're
concur.
going in there and it has central air.
Because see, if the furnace goes out, or the hot water tank goes out, or something like that, or the roof leaks, then that's typically the homeowner's responsibility. They have to get that fixed. So I was just wondering about if that's the same thing with the central air.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
And hey, Jim, are you ready for this?
Hit me, Ron.
Me, James.
Hit me.
Are you ready?
Yes.
That would apply on a residential, but it's much different on a commercial building.
Much different. Commercial
Yes.
leases are totally different. You could be you don't pay your rent, they can change the locks, and you can't get back into your commercial lease the next day.
I wonder why he's worried about air conditioning with this beautiful weather we're having right now. Gee.
And if
Can't
you're
imagine.
if you know for a fact, like if it says in your contract that it is the landlord's responsibility, you can give them a written text or email or something saying, "Hey, this needs fixed." Give them a reasonable amount of time, and then you can always escrow your rent until
always
it's fixed.
escrow the rent, because
But you have to give them a reasonable time, a right to cure first.
they have a right to cure. But you know how many
100%.
people
Don't escrow; they just
that
hold it.
we get calls for, and they
Never
they
escrowed.
never escrow, and they're
Oh, yeah.
getting evicted and
All the time. There's
you
not
have to escrow
much you
your
can
rent
do.
with the court.
Yeah. But make sure you escrow. There's a proper way to do it through the court system, but give them a reasonable time to cure
So
the issue.
if you live in Girard, for example, and your HVAC is not being fixed by your landlord, you go down to Girard Municipal Court and you tell the clerk, "I want to escrow my rent."
Well, first call your landlord and say, "Hey, the air conditioning's shot." and-
Absolutely.
or needs
Call, but
fixed," and
follow it up with a writing, Ron. You need it in writing.
Boy, I tell you, is she on top of her game or
Sorry.
what, folks? I tell you, she's great. All right, you're on the air here on News Radio 570 WKBN Legal Show from Beatrice Cop. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
I just have a note on Social Security. My wife and I, we're both retired. She never put into Social Security. She was under the state,
Okay.
but we went down and she applied, and I'm getting Social Security now. She's getting Social Security too, and she actually gets twice what I get.
Oh, wow. Good for her.
Well, see, you married you're like married a sugar daddy or sugar mama or whatever. Hang on a minute, caller. Hang on, I'm going to come back to you. Let me pause for the headlines at 5:30. Then we'll come right back after that with more Legal Show and legal calls. 330-729-9977. 330-729-9977.
This is Katina Mobley. This is what's trending from iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Fox One.
The first 18 holes complete at the Open Championship at Royal Birkdale. A 565 for Jackson Subaru of the U.S. Good for a one-stroke lead on Sung Jae Im and Daniel Brown. LeBron James on a podcast today says he's not yet ready to reveal which team he'll join in free agency. Both the NHL for its 26-27 campaign and Major League Baseball for 2027.
570 WQN and Ron Verb with our attorneys tonight. Legal show brought to you by Beatrice Kopp. And you're on the air. Hello there. Okay, are you there, caller?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'm still here.
All right, so you're here to say your wife got Social Security and she gets more than you.
Right. Well, I had a pension from the post office, but I had my 40 quarters, and before that, and thanks to Reagan's law on double dipping, they cut about 2/3 out of mine. Plus, I retired right at 62, and she worked longer, and maybe that's why she gets more. But she gets twice what I get, and her pension comes from the state. She never put into Social Security, but she got it.
Well, she must have at some point, and before she worked for the state, paid into it.
No, never did.
What does she get?
She
Piece of yours or something?
Yeah, she gets my Social Security. No, she never worked more than 2 months where she had to pay Social Security. She was a school teacher from right after college, and she never put into Social Security.
I don't know. Well, I'm happy for you, I guess. And you're
good work.
Yeah.
Well, maybe some people out there should check on that. Just they may be missing out.
Make sure when you go out to eat that she picks up the tab because she's got more coming in than you do.
You got that right.
Right, just slide that bill right over to her and say, you're the breadwinner here. Start paying.
Good luck with that one.
Thank you, my friend. Oh, Tally, come on.
I know that from firsthand experience. Yeah, good luck with that.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, after I heard about that exciting 5-year anniversary of yours, I don't know what to make of it, Melfi. You're on the air. Hello.
Hello there.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Hi there. Hey, I had a home warranty company, National Home Warranty Company, and I had a air conditioner problem last June.
Okay.
And they sent a local guy out to repair it. Well, he actually damaged it, and my claim got denied. So I made a police report. How long do I have to file a small claim?
Well, how did he damage it?
So what it was, there was a leak, a small leak somewhere. He couldn't find it, so he punches a hole in the inside coil so he can show that he found the leak instead of taking the time to find it.
He made a leak?
So he made a leak. Yeah, I had my air conditioner buddy come over and check it out and said this is definitely physical, damage.
Well, I would definitely take pictures and all that jazz. For property damage, usually the statute of limitations is 2 years. So if it was less than 2 years ago, I would definitely document that and get moving and grooving on that small claims.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Yeah, I made a police report and for that. So.
Well, you're going to have to
last
get.
June.
You're going to get small claims. You better have his buddy show up, the other air conditioning guy, to at least write a letter, right?
That's
or
right.
Show up to say,
well,
hey,
you
this
can't write
was
a letter,
sabotage.
but show up. Yes.
Yeah. Have your other HVAC friend say what he did wrong.
I tell you, caller, that's the problem with these home warranties is you lose the ability to call people that you want to call that you know are good, honest, and competent people. You lose kind of a little bit of freedom on them home warranties.
Right. You don't get to choose.
Yeah. All right. Thank you and good luck.
Thanks for calling.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. 330-729-9977. You want to talk with James or Melfi? James or Melfi. James or Tally.
Yes, that's what I go by, Ron. James or.
James
or.
James or Melfi.
Ron, you and I are both doing really well tonight. We are both doing really well.
Tally's got me all worked up. I don't know. If you want to talk with James or Tally is what I wanted to say. You call me and get on board 330-729-9977. She does family law at Beatrice Kopp, and she's really good at it. So that's what I keep wanting to say to people. You're on the air with our attorneys tonight. Hello there.
How can we help you?
Hi, how you doing?
Good. Go ahead with your call, please.
This is an insurance call.
Okay.
Beatrice always says, check your insurance. Well, I inherited a car, and the company I have, they wanted like $1,000 for liability and $2,000 for full coverage. So I went with another company just with the car, and I ended up trading in another truck. and my insurance company found out that I went with another company, and they called me and says I can't have two insurance companies on my cars.
You had
I-
both
You
of
have
them?
one
So,
for
for
each?
example, he had Geico
Well,
on one
no,
car and
I
State
don't
Farm on
have them
another.
insured with the same
Yeah.
companies. They're separate. Like I've got a truck and a car on one insurance and 4 cars on another insurance. They said I can't do that, to have 2 separate companies, even though they're not insuring the truck I just bought.
Each
They said
each
it's
vehicle you
illegal to
own can
have-
have a separate policy, so I'm a little confused.
I don't know if it's illegal, but there's usually contractual language in your policy where it's
Yeah.
talking about owned autos or vehicles in your household. So if they're owned autos by definition of the policy and they're owned by you, you may have to insure them with the same company. And typically, if you insure 2 cars with one company, it's
usually
cheaper
cheaper.
than insuring.
And as long as they're not both insured, but like if you don't have both insurances insuring one car, if that makes sense, you don't
No,
have
I
dual
don't- I don't
insurance.
have that, but
It
they
should be
said-
legally allowed, but I would definitely look in your contract.
yeah, you may have an
Oh,
issue with your coverage.
okay.
Yeah.
So why did you do that, caller?
Well, I
was more
was
expensive.
only paying like $200 and some on my old truck a year.
Mm-hmm.
In this old car I bought, it was a 2003 Saturn. Like I said, they wanted $2,000 a year.
What happened between the $200 payments and the $2,000 payments? Because typically they look at your driving
Well,
record.
I was just adding on the Saturn, and then later I bought the truck and traded in another truck that I had.
Always
I
shop
ended
your
up putting that
policy.
truck on the same policy as a Saturn because they wanted so much at the other company.
So basically, you shopped around and found a lower rate.
Yeah.
All right.
So I've got some cars on one company.
Well, let me ask you
and
this question.
2 cars with a different company, and they say I can't do that.
Well, why don't you shift them all to the cheaper company?
Yeah.
Well, I was good with the cheap company till the beginning of the year, so I wanted to wait till then.
Well, usually what happens
So-
with the cheaper companies or the big box companies,
Yeah.
the service that you receive if you need to make a claim is just horrible.
Mm-hmm.
At times you're better off going with the smaller insurance company that costs a little bit more money, but
They'll protect you.
it'd be much better service.
All right, I've got a good one about a car repair too.
What is it?
This is a car, and it's like a collector car. I never get it in the rain. I took it to a transmission place, and they kept it for almost 11 weeks and let it sit outside for 7 weeks. A week later, when I get home, the engine light come on, and I took it to AutoZone. They said it was a catalytic converter. I got under there to see how hard it was to change, and it was gone.
They stole it. Somebody
And they
stole
put,
it.
And they put an old rusty pipe on it.
Well, I would go back to the auto body shop
Yeah.
and see if they have video camera footage
Vi-
of.
video to start, but it's almost like a bailment relationship. Remember that from the bar exam.
Oh, geez.
So they take
Oh,
possession of your
jeez.
vehicle, and they need to make sure it's secure. They have to secure their lot.
And
I
you
would-
sign a waiver when you hand it over to.
Well, we'll see what let's see what his waiver said. Did you sign any paperwork with the
when you dropped it off.
when you dropped it off? That they're not liable if
I
anything's
really
stolen
never
or damaged.
met the owner until I got the car back.
Well,
And
you
I
don't
went
have to
down
meet
there
the
like
owner.
four different times, asking when are they going to work on my car.
Is this like the auto body shop in the back of Tally's house, or is this like a
Back of my house.
bigger shop? That's why
I
I'm
don't know.
asking.
Does she live up by YSU?
No,
Let
I'm
me ask you a
joking.
Let me ask you a
Sorry.
question,
In
caller.
Poland.
And I want to point this out to the attorneys. Here's my concern with this call, attorneys.
Mm-hmm.
He took it to this transmission shop. Obviously, somebody stole, in his opinion, a catalytic converter. But if they stole a catalytic converter, the repair shop had to get under there and put the pipe together. Right? You're telling me that.
Yeah,
that
they put it with liquid weld. It was an old rusty pipe with liquid weld.
Are you sure you had a catalytic
Yeah.
converter in the first place?
Can you?
Yeah,
Do you
I
have
bought
any
the car
pictures of
originally,
it?
and it's never, like I said, been out of the garage.
Did
So-
you visually see that there was a catalytic converter there? Yes or no?
Well,
Yes.
I've been under it before.
With your own eyeballs.
Yeah, because It sounds to me like there might never have been one, and the pipe came loose, and now you're trying to
Surprise.
blame someone else.
Here's the question: do you know the day you dropped it off at that mechanic shop, it had a catalytic converter?
100%. Did you know?
Well, I'm pretty sure, but
It can't be 99. You got to be 100% sure, sir.
I would
well, that's what I mean.
give that place
even,
a call.
Even because it was a week later,
I would
how
still
can
call
I
him.
prove it? You can't prove it.
I would call him and ask them to pull up the security footage. Hopefully they have some.
I don't think they do way down there. It's but
Start with a conversation, see where it ends up.
he gave me a couple $100, but he was supposed to send me more in the summer, and he never did.
Well, that's where communication is key. Start with a phone call.
Give him a call.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks a lot. I
No
just
problem.
wanted
Good luck. I'm
to
so
let you know
sorry.
about
That stinks.
that, but all right. Have a good day. Bye.
I mean, you just sit back and you wonder about some of the stuff that you hear. That's all I can say. You just sit back and go, are you kidding me? But he would have to prove that there was one there, right? I mean,
Yeah, unless there's security footage of
somebody
in
Jimmy
the middle
going
of the
under
night
and stealing it
Yeah.
I mean,
behind my house.
Therein lies the problem. All right. Legal questions tonight. Our attorneys are here, courtesy of Beatrice Kopp. It's 5:48. They'll be around for about another 10 minutes. So if you got any legal questions, pick up the phone and give them a call. You'll get through right now, and I'll hook you up with two of the best at 330-729-9977. 330-729-9977 will get you through to us tonight. I have two lines that are open, three lines, 330-729-9977 for any and all legal questions, child supports, divorce, custody. How about trust, wills, estate issues? How about auto accidents? How about catalytic converter thefts? Anything that you might have, call them right now on this hot, humid day, 330-729-9977. You'll get through, and I will hook you up with the great Tally and the great James. 330-729-9977, 330-729-9977 will get you through to us on any legal questions you might have. Where else can you get free legal advice on a Thursday afternoon, and we don't send you a bill, and we haven't for over 30-plus years, courtesy of the law firm Beatrice Kopp, to say the least. A lot of people, I'm sure, as time goes on, guys, will have some legal questions as far as the tornado and their insurance companies when they finally get the appraisers out and all of the issues resolved. Would you agree with that?
That's going to be a mess.
It is definitely going to be a mess. While we have this quick second, I just want to give a quick shout out to Roger, my one and only fan. Thanks for listening, bud.
What do you mean you're one and only fan? What about me?
Oh, well, you too. Actually, I found out someone named their cat after me. I thought that was kind of cool.
A cat?
A cat.
Well,
I'm really
God bless you.
not cool.
Like a
but
kitten? Or like they changed their cat's name?
No, like a kitten. They got a cat and they named it after me. And they told my husband.
Is it Orangia? Is it like an orange cat?
No, it was my first name, Tally.
Oh.
So I've always had my same one fan from the radio show, Roger, Mad Love, and then I have a cat named after me. Frank has all the fans. He's probably the coolest of the firm, I think. Don't tell Beatrice.
I mean, do you really want David to jump in the Navy Pier off the Navy Pier this week?
No, I don't. But I'm just saying, like, none of us really have fans.
If he does, all I want to do is Frank take it on video.
Does. Frank kind of has a lot of fans.
All right, let's take some calls. You're on the air. Hello.
Yeah, I got a quick question.
Yeah.
With all the storm damage,
Oh,
if you
yeah.
have a tree and the limbs fall in the neighbor's yard, is it an act of God, or do you have to clean it up?
I mean, if you should clean it up and if you're reliable, those are two different questions. Ethically and morally, I would clean it up because I live in the forest, and if one goes onto my neighbor John, his property, I'm going to go clean it up because I know it's attached to my tree. Legally, you're not liable as long as you didn't know that branch was wiggly or whatever. You're not liable, but that's how I would answer that question. Jimmy?
All right, that's what I needed to
If
know.
it falls on your neighbor's property, it's your neighbor's problem unless they can prove that you had a dead, diseased tree and you haven't done anything about it.
Maybe I'm just a sucker.
if it's his tree and it falls on your property, you got to deal with it because it was an act of God, right? The tornado.
Well, act of God is different, but I would say yes.
Yeah, you're not liable to clean it. But I mean, maybe I'm just a sucker, but I would do it because it's my tree. You know what I mean?
But that's why you have homeowners.
Yeah,
What
100%.
what a smart woman and a kind heart. All right, you're on the air with our attorneys tonight. News Radio 570 WKBN. Hello there.
Hello.
Yes.
Hi, how can we help you?
Yes. Yeah, I got a question to ask you. My husband passed away 6.5 years ago.
I'm so sorry.
And I'm still up for probate court. And my attorney, she handled it for me and everything. And she was an attorney in Ohio. And she moved back to Arkansas in the meantime. And she come up here to file it. And she went to the Warren Courthouse to make sure the paperwork was all right and everything. And I was over there, too, with her. And then the magistrator went and said, yeah, the paperwork's okay. And we up and left. And then and the secretary there told me it'll be a couple of months before he gets your check. I'm waiting and waiting because I wanted to pay my house taxes because I didn't want to pay the interest on it.
Mm-hmm.
And so here I got paper from the courthouse saying that something was wrong on the paperwork. Now, I don't know what the heck is going on here. She drove all the way up here personally to handle that.
Is your lawyer still
So I don't
practicing
know
in
what-
Ohio?
Yeah, she's an attorney from Ohio and Tennessee and Arkansas.
So I would call her.
Have
I'd
you
call
called her?
and say, hey, there's some issue with the paperwork.
Yes,
Do you?
I did, and she put in for it again, and they're still going around in circles, and I don't know what they want. She drove all the way up here.
Well, if it-
personally,
if-
make sure it was done right.
Do you know if it was done wrong again the second time, or the court's just processing it? Because that can happen.
No, because I got a paper in the mail again saying that we're still
I would have your
going
attorney.
around in circles with this.
I would have your attorney call the chambers and just ask, hey, what is the error exactly? Because I want to make sure that it's not going to happen a third time. Correct the error and resubmit.
All right.
There's something here. It says certificate of service of notice of probate of will is required.
So it's
What
a
could
form.
that be?
There's
Yeah, that's a form.
there's a notice. So probate's form based. So there's a form missing within the probate file that needs to be filed. So typically, whatever county you're in, the probate forms are simply just on their website. So
If you know which form, you might be able to just print it off, fill it out, and
send
sign
it to your lawyer, email it. This is the form that you need. Have your lawyer contact the court,
Mhm.
and they can
Get it moving for you.
get your lawyer in the right direction. Sorry you're going through this.
Yeah, that
Okay,
stinks. I'm
well-
so sorry.
Yeah, well, I don't know what to do because I'm getting dragged around here forever, and I'll be paying interest on my house taxes. So,
I'm
all
sorry.
right, well,
Good luck.
thanks a lot. Okay.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye. You're on the air with our attorneys. 555. Hello there.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead, please.
Okay, I was in a car accident, and the local bus system, the transit authority bus, ran into the side of my car.
Oh, no. I'm so sorry.
But this was in Stark County, Alliance.
Okay.
But then no injuries.
Oh, good.
But then I found out I didn't have insurance.
Well,
So I
pause.
don't know what's going to happen.
Did you not renew your, like, how did you find out? Did you not renew it? Did you let it lapse? Like, what?
Yeah, I ordered insurance, and they sent me an ID card. But then the payments got behind and got canceled. So I had this ID card, like, last for 6 months. And at the time of the accident, I thought I had insurance, but then I found out that it got canceled because of non-payment.
Yeah,
Well,
if you don't pay for the service, unfortunately, it does get canceled.
Has
So now
a
the
claims
bus
rep
company-
for the bus company
the
reached out
insurance-
to you? Go ahead.
Pardon me?
Has the bus
Well,
company?
let me ask you this: who was at fault in this accident, James? Was the bus company at fault?
Yeah, they cited the bus company, so their insurance company called me, and they sent me a check for $500, and I think that's the deductible. But now they want me to get some papers notarized, and they'll send me maybe $4,000 check for the damage of my car.
All right. What kind of car were you driving?
It was a 2005 Chevy Trailblazer.
Okay.
And they sent me these papers. One's called property damage.
They probably sent
and
you a
then the other
release
one
agreement.
Is affidavit.
So here's what they sent you. They sent you a release agreement and the affidavits that need to be filed with the BMV. So do you know how much they were offering you for your vehicle?
Well, they don't. The insurance company said that they don't want the car. They don't total it out. They just pay for the damage, is what they told me. That they don't mess around with.
Is your car totaled, or it can be repaired?
It tore. I had to jack it up, put the spare tire on it, and I drove it a little bit.
So they're paying.
It just messed up the tire and the rim real bad.
Yeah, so they're paying you for the cost of repairs.
Crease down the whole side of the car.
So the estimate for the cost of repairs is they're saying it's $500. Did you get an estimate from a mechanic as to how much it is to fix it?
No, not yet. But I think the $500 is something about a deductible, but they offering me, say, $3,500 for the damage of the car. But I didn't receive that yet until I get these papers notarized.
Is that going to be enough, though?
Yeah, get them notarized. If they're going to send you $3,500 for a 2005, I'd take that money.
All right, thank you for your call, and good
Have
luck
a
to
good
you.
one.
Thank you, Tally.
Thanks,
Thank
Ron.
you, James. Appreciate it. The Legal Show is brought to you Thursdays at 5 by Beatrice Kopp. Hey, Ron, I'm going to go check in with Mike Leonards. He's out at Bernard Daniels. They're right there at 250 Rail.